Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Pure Faith Podcast, a podcast where we discuss all things Bible. I am Michelle, my brother Mitchell. What did you say?
Hi.
Oh, you said good morning. I'm like, it's far from morning. We ask that you like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the notification icon to be notified when new episodes are released. I know, my eyes are like wigging out because of that light.
I don't know if you can notice it. We got a light that's like flashing.
Yeah. Ooh.
Well, don't watch it. You might go into seizures.
I felt like I was having a seizure.
Oh.
While I was saying that, I was like, wait, is there something wrong with me?
Well, there is,
That's
but...
not very nice.
We did start recording, right? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we're recording.
That's good.
Yeah, so I was talking to Mitchell when we came in here, and I asked him, I'm like, so we got to take a break for a while, and I think we both decided that we're going to take the summer off.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you do not see that light flashing, like it is really crazy.
Might have to talk to our maintenance guy.
Oh, I think so.
Look at the actual light. It's like...
Yeah, I see it. That's weird. Should it be... Oh, there we go. Okay, it's out.
I think the light just died.
Oh my goodness. Anyhow,
I can't see anything. I'm just looking at the light.
I know, right? But yeah, so we our lives are busy.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually think that it's nice to get a refresh. So to maybe take a break and to come back and we have to train too. I'm so distracted tonight.
You're very distracted tonight.
Yeah. Oh, we need to get refreshed. We need to I feel like we're doing the same thing every week, and we need to maybe just take a break and refresh. So yeah, so we will announce, but I'm assuming that we're going to be out for probably June and July and
I don't know.
August.
I figured we'll push through and get through Hebrews, and whenever we're done with Hebrews, then we'll take a break. Okay. Whenever that is. Which we're not too far.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we should be done by next summer. So we can take the summer off.
Oh.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Anyhow, so yeah. We had Mom's birthday this week. We had Kendra's birthday this week. All kinds of things going on. So a lot of celebrations. We had Daniel's graduation party. We sent Olivia and Owen off to Utah. Yeah.
We had Zeke's graduation.
I was unable to attend, but thank you for recording this. The workout video was the best.
Yeah.
Oh, that cracked me up. I saw it and I thought to myself, I wonder if he thought, I gotta show this to Daniel. Because we have weights at home and he always picks them up and he takes them around and acts like he's lifting weights. So, yeah. Cute.
Yeah, that was entertaining.
Yes, to say the least, right?
Mm-hmm.
Another year older for them. So it was probably a little bit more put together.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
And then those kids are not just from Versailles, they're from Mauritius as well. So some of those kids now won't see each other again until they do maybe sports or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know some are from Mauritius, so they'll kind of split off and go to kindergarten in their own school district, and so. But anyhow, cute.
Yep.
So now.
So what?
So now
what?
I don't know. We have like Memorial Day coming up, and then.
Yeah. Well, I know June for us is crazy.
Yeah, you have a wedding, you've got Poultry Days.
Well, the first weekend in June.
Which is June 1st.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have drill. For 4 days.
Ugh.
But Mark and Heather have a place up there now.
They do?
Yeah. So
Paige and the kids are going to come.
I think so.
That would be nice.
Yeah. Because they asked us what we were doing that weekend. I'm like, I got drill. They're like, oh, well, we're going to invite you to the lake. I'm like, your place is like 15 minutes from where I drill, so
yeah,
I think it actually works out good.
Yeah.
I just, during the day, I'll cut out and go to drill. And
the evenings, you'll be able to spend time, especially, I mean, sometimes it gets to be long,
Yeah.
those 4 days being gone from, Paige and the boys. So that would be really nice if they could all go up there and meet you up there. And
Yeah.
okay. And the second weekend is a wedding,
And then the weekend after that's Poultry Days.
right? And the
And
weekend after
then
that's Olivia's birthday.
that does nothing for me.
Okay.
Do I think we don't. I don't know if we have
Right.
anything that weekend after Poultry
Okay.
Days.
You guys going on family vacation?
Not until like August.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Well, that's good though. At least you kind of have well, poultry days is gonna be crazy, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming that you're working the whole thing.
Yeah. Being a single dad.
Yeah, I know, right? That's all right. Fun times. So, who's sending me a message? Oh,
Are we ready to get
yeah,
into the Bible study?
I'm ready to get into Bible study.
I don't know if I am.
I know, I've noticed. That's what I'm saying. I think you just need a break from all of it.
Yeah.
I think that
I have been getting very
not to say
lackadaisical.
that and it's not a chore. We enjoy coming here and we
Yeah.
enjoy doing this, and I get excited when we do it, but I just feel like, sometimes you just need a mental break.
Straight for me, I just want to break from the editing
Oh yeah, because you do
and
all that
really
stuff.
thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Yeah.
because that'd be at least 2 nights a week that I'll get opened up. And then if we're not doing Bible study Thursday, that's
Yeah.
3 nights a week that I get back.
Yeah. Again, I think it's good. So,
Uh-oh.
uh-oh, you highlighted something.
Yeah, I didn't want to. Go away. We'll work on that some other time. All
All
right.
right. So, we're in Hebrews.
We're in Hebrews 11:28. So where we left off last week, we were talking about how Moses was 40 years old. Um, he ended up killing an Egyptian
Oh yeah.
soldier.
Yeah.
He chose to flee from Egypt. And the reason he chose to flee is he was fleeing more from the lifestyle than from the fear of the king or anything, or the fear of the Pharaoh. And our big thing that we were pushing last week was that Moses made the choice. It was his choice. He
Right.
chose God over the life of luxury that came with being the son of the daughter of Pharaoh.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
Pharaoh's grandson. Um, and so yeah, that was our big push last week. And now this week we're kind of jumping in. We're still talking about Moses, but we're jumping into a different time frame. So, like we talked about when Moses fled last week, um, he was about 40 years old. He ended up going to Midian. He ended up meeting
His wife.
his wife. Well,
Yeah.
he actually met his father-in-law
First.
first,
Yeah.
and then through helping him, then it was the priest of Midian. He ended up giving one of his daughters to Moses for a wife.
Okay.
And so then for the next 40 years, he was basically a shepherd working for his father-in-law
Okay.
in Midian. And now we're getting into, so let me read verse 28, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about, well, Moses.
Moses.
So verse 28 reads, "By faith he kept the Passover and sprinkled the blood so that the destroyer of the firstborn might not touch them." So this he is Moses. So by faith Moses kept the Passover. So this is referring to the 10th plague that
Mm-hmm.
God poured out on
Mm-hmm.
Egypt. And that 10th plague was the death of the firstborn. And one of the edicts that God gave to Moses was what they now call Passover. It was the first Passover. And without getting into too much detail about what Passover is, basically each family um, sacrificed a goat and then took the blood of that goat and painted their door frames with it. And whenever the angel of death came through, killing the firstborn, if they seen the blood, or if the angel seen the blood
Mm-hmm.
on the doorpost, they would pass over that
Mm-hmm.
house
The house
and
was
go into
safe.
the next house. And so, yeah, whoever was there, that family, they were safe,
Mm-hmm.
and the angel of death wasn't going to kill that firstborn. And so, again, we're talking about faith here. So, this, you know, God told Moses, "Hey, this is what's happening," and then Moses could have been like, "Really, God, you're going to kill all the firstborn?" And this isn't just like humans. This is animals. This is everything,
Everything.
no matter what it
What
was.
was breathing?
Yes,
Okay.
anything that was alive,
Mm-hmm.
firstborn, was going to die. So Moses could be like, "That seems a little extreme. I don't believe that." But no, he had the faith that God's going to do exactly what God says he's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so he made sure he implemented everything to all the Israelites. Like, this is what we have to do. They implemented that and they were safe. But before we even got to that point, let's just go back and kind of talk about how Moses got there. Because this wasn't just Moses waking up one morning and be like, "You know what? I think I'm going to go back to Egypt. They kicked me out
Right.
40 years ago.
Right.
I think I'm ready to go back." No.
No.
Moses did not want to go back to Egypt.
No.
So the way it worked is one day Moses was out doing his shepherding thing.
Mm-hmm.
He had his flock, took him over to a certain area to let him graze, and he happened to notice a bush that was on fire.
Yes.
And he's just kind of like, "Well, that's interesting." But then he's watching it and realizes the bush
Is it
isn't
really
actually
burning?
burning up. It's just on
Fire.
fire and nothing's happening. So he's like,
Right.
"I'm gonna go check this out." And so he goes over there, and that's where he speaks with God,
Yeah.
and God tells him, "Hey, I see what's going on in Egypt. I see what's happening to the Hebrew people there, and I think I'm going to put a stop to it, and you're going to be the one who I send to bring
Save.
my people out
Yeah.
of Egypt."
Right.
And Moses kind of he tried to hit the brakes. He's like, I don't want to go. I don't talk so good.
Right.
Me no want to go. And
Me no. Me no.
me no. No. Send somebody else. No, me no.
Send
But
be like Eli.
yeah.
Send baby.
Baby?
Baby.
What's
Zeke.
what's baby's name? Baby? No, it's Ephraim. Baby.
Baby.
Anyways, uh now I'm just thinking about Eli saying baby.
Oh, Eli. We love Eli.
Anyways,
Yeah.
what was I saying?
He didn't want to go in there. He didn't
He
want to
didn't.
go back. And for good reason.
Yeah, there was. I mean, whenever he left there,
Good personal reasons.
yeah.
He did not want to go back.
But the thing is, God told him.
Yes.
So everybody who wanted to kill you, they're gone. They're not there anymore. The Pharaoh that was the Pharaoh when he fled
Mm-hmm.
had passed on.
Okay.
And now there was somebody else that was the Pharaoh. So whenever Moses is going back to the Pharaoh and being, "Let my people go," this isn't the same Pharaoh that was trying to kill him. This wasn't his adopted grandfather. This was somebody else now in charge
Okay.
that took over the role as Pharaoh after his adopted grandfather passed on. So, it's not the same um, dynasty, not the same
Yeah.
whatever you want to call cabinet, the whatever.
Leader.
Yeah.
Pharaoh.
It's not the same group in charge that was there whenever he was
Right.
in that area. Um,
So, in all honesty, he had really nothing that he had to fear.
no, because for the most part, 40 years had gone by.
Yeah.
So
He was
for
just
the
going
most
in
part,
as
people,
Moses.
yeah, for the most part, I'm sure there was still some memory
Yeah.
of him,
Yeah.
but for the most part, yeah, they,
Yeah, that's like somebody even say in our town going away for 40 years and coming back. I mean, it would take a while for anyone to be like, "Oh, that's who that
yeah,
is." I mean, like anywhere.
yeah.
So,
Well, we actually kind of had that here not too long ago. We had, I don't remember what her name was, but a lady here that was a grad or classmate of mom's,
oh yeah.
and mom didn't even realize it. And
No. Yeah,
but
exactly.
where did she move to? I don't know the whole story because I didn't actually listen in. It
No,
was
no.
not my
Right, but
place,
yeah,
but
she did. She came and I don't know if she recognized mom or knew mom was going to be here, but yeah, I mean that was a nice little thing, but that's what I'm saying. Like you
yeah, after 40 years,
right.
people are
People
going to forget you.
change.
So,
People's hair falls out.
so whoa,
Right.
I was going to say in 40 years, nobody's going to remember Olivia and Owen
How
because they moved away.
they're not going to be gone for 40
You
years.
don't know that.
I'm pretty sure. Pretty
We'll
sure.
see.
Pretty sure. Anyhow, go on.
Anyhow,
That wasn't funny. Go. Yep, keep on talking. Would you keep on
that is
talking now, please?
that part is I don't know what I was talking about.
Why do you keep
So,
forgetting?
because I don't have any notes, going off memory,
Oh my
you
gosh.
taking me down tangents.
Sorry.
Anyways,
I'll sit here.
I've been saying anyways a lot.
Anyways,
So there we were talking
so
about Moses.
we were talking about Moses, and so he goes back. He goes
He
back.
does. And here's what I find interesting. And I don't know why. I've never put two and two together. Like, I always knew Aaron was, you know, Moses' brother. But it hit me this morning, and I haven't had time to do the full research, so there might be a perfectly clear explanation. Um, but we do see that in Exodus 7:7 that Aaron is 3 years older than Moses.
Hmm. Okay.
And I think it's just the whole fact that last week, or it might have been 2 weeks ago, we are talking about the stress that Moses' parents went through
Mm-hmm.
when they decided to have
Right.
Moses, that there was pretty much two options. If it was a girl, then she was going to be born into servanthood, being a slave. But if it was a boy, then his destiny was to be thrown into the Nile.
So how does he have a brother?
Exactly.
Hmm.
Not only a brother, an older brother. So
Mm.
even before the edict that Moses was born into, where
Right.
all boys get thrown into the Nile, there was still an edict before that that the midwives were supposed to kill the unless that's when he was born during that first edict, and he was just one that the midwives were like, he was born before we got there,
Yeah.
so
You're right.
being 3 years older, it's possible. Like I said, I haven't done research deep into this yet, but I do just find that interesting what the scenario would have been like that he had an older brother. We knew he had an older sister,
Mm-hmm.
um, but being a female, they were allowed to live.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he had an older brother as well, I just thought that was interesting. And
Yes.
I don't know, I was just thinking about this morning, and for some reason that just hit me, and I was like, well, that's interesting. I never put two and two together.
So his brother stayed.
Yes, his brother was in Egypt the whole time
Hmm.
because whenever God, you know, talked to Moses at the
Mm-hmm.
burning bush, and Moses was like, I don't want to go, I don't want to go, I don't talk so good. Then God was one who was like, well, your brother Aaron's there. I know he talks just fine.
Mm.
So I'll have him come and meet you, and I'll give you the words. You give them to Aaron, and then Aaron will speak to
Oh, okay.
the people.
Okay.
Um, And that's how it worked until they actually came out of Egypt. And then Aaron became the high priest, but Moses ended up just talking and
Giving him the
yeah,
message. Gotcha.
like Moses pretty much became the front runner at that point. Um, so yeah, I just thought that was interesting, the fact that his brother was the fact that he even had an older brother in
Mm-hmm.
that time frame when all male Hebrew boys should have been killed. So, um, but yeah, so Moses goes to Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron comes out. They kind of meet their thing. They kind of come up with the game plan. Well, then they go in, they have the 9 plagues, and then that's where we get to the 10th plague, and that's where we have verse 28, um, and the death of the firstborn. And so after that, then the Pharaoh's like, get out,
Yeah.
just go. And there was some prophecy fulfilled at that point. Um, we won't go too far into that, but you can do that research. And so Moses and Aaron lead the Israelite people out of, well, the Hebrew people out of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
But then God leads them into pretty much into a corner. They kind of put themselves in a position where there was only one way in and out. As far as humanly, looking at it from the human point of view,
Right.
they were pretty much locked by the Red Sea
Mm-hmm.
on the one side and like mountains and stuff on the other, and they were just kind of
Yeah, it's like
in no
where are we gonna
way.
go?
Yeah, there's only one way in and out. And the Egyptians seen this and they're like, let's go get them.
Let's go back. Oh, wait, what did they say?
Let's go get them.
Oh,
So the Egyptians
right. Yeah,
got
the
the
Egyptians said
chariots.
that,
Yeah.
and right, and the Hebrews were like,
why'd
well,
you why'd you bring us out here to die?
right, not might as well go back. At least when
Yeah.
we were there, we had food and we had water and we had shelter, and yeah, we were slaves, but at least we weren't here.
Yeah. And so this is where we're getting into verse 29. And verse 29 reads, by faith, the people crossed the Red Sea as on dry land, but the Egyptians, when they attempted to do the same, were drowned. So here they are. They're kind of in this corner.
Mm-hmm.
The Egyptians see this and they're like, okay, mount our chariots, get our soldiers, let's go get them back.
Right.
And as they are pursuing, and they're getting closer and closer and closer, and the Israelites see them, and they're like, "What's happening? What's happening?" And that's when God gave Moses the word to basically part the Red Sea.
Yep.
And so Moses does that. But notice in verse 29, it says, "By faith, the people crossed the Red Sea." So this isn't about Moses anymore. This has transferred away from Moses. Just like when we first got into Moses, it wasn't about Moses, it was about his parents and the faith
Yeah.
that they had.
Mm-hmm.
And now at the end of Moses, again, Moses is involved, but it's not about Moses, it is now about the people. Because now let's look at it from the point of view of these people. You see this guy walk over there, and granted, this didn't happen like in an instant. Like even scripture says that it was all night, the wind was blowing,
Mm-hmm.
pushing back the waters. Um, but still, you see this guy go up there to the sea and strikes the water, and all of a sudden it starts getting windy, and you're like, this is weird.
Yeah.
And you go to bed, you wake up the next morning, and where the sea was before is now 2 walls of water on both sides and
A path to go
a
across.
channel
Yep.
going straight through that you can walk across. I, I'm I'm telling you, you'd have to have a lot of faith.
You do, because you don't know if that water's gonna, like,
Yeah,
you see it and you're like, okay, I'm gonna start, but how long is this path? And is the sea gonna come crashing down on me before I get across?
yeah. That that would scare me.
Yeah.
That would take, for me, that would take a lot of faith.
Yeah. Agreed.
Um, especially since you're not the one getting the word from God.
Right.
You're
You're
trusting,
following.
yes,
Yes.
you're trusting somebody else that they said God said do this, and you're just like, but did he though? Did he
Right.
really?
But in but in all honesty though too, right? Didn't this is also where, while they're living away from everything, no food, but yet they were given food from the clouds.
That
Man,
would eventually happen. This is before
oh, this
that.
is before that
Yes,
even.
this is
Okay,
before
so
that.
I thought it would that happened before they crossed.
No,
So, okay, so now they're crossing and then they have no food.
after they cross, then they go to Mount Sinai, and
Oh,
they're actually there
that's when
for,
they do the okay,
yeah, they're actually there for a while.
yes, yes. Okay. I thought it was before as well. I thought before is when all this started happening. Like they would have a reason on why to trust Moses because they were already getting that, but they weren't getting that
They
yet.
weren't getting
This
that
is
yet.
still
This was
blind.
this is literally they just left,
Okay.
and like it's like the next day. So day two,
Mm.
unless you,
Day two of a lot
the
of
day they
days.
left was day zero,
Yeah.
and then this would actually be technically day one.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think it could be day two or day three. I don't know how long they were actually there, but it was very very early on, and they're just like, I mean, but granted, they did see these 10 plagues.
You're
They
right.
did
You're
see the 10
right. They did
plagues
see
that
that.
God poured out on
Hmm.
Egypt.
Yes.
So you would think after seeing all that, like, yeah, this
And
God's,
they can hear the words that are spoken to them as well. I mean, with Aaron and like you see it. Like I don't know. I guess I'm just looking at it like just to be faithful and all of it, but I'm not in that situation at all.
yeah. It still just think about the whole concept of the fact that you're walking through a sea with a wall of water on both sides of you.
Like yeah, do you see like fish and stuff as you're walking by?
Mm,
Like
I don't know. You hear people say that, but
right.
you don't know if that's actually the way it is.
No, those people ran. They did not walk and see if there was anything looking back at them. They ran.
I would have been running. I would have been running as fast as I ever ran before.
In these shorts.
Yep, that's my legs. Less wind resistance.
Oh, you got about 2 minutes.
So yeah, so this verse 29, I think is what it was. My thing shut off on me. Verse 20, yes, verse 29. So again, this is about the people. So they had the faith. Again, like we've been talking about, they're getting the word through Aaron
Hmm.
from Moses from God. So they had the faith to be like, okay, we trust that what you're telling us
Right.
is actually coming from God,
Right.
and you're telling us to walk through this little channel here with water on both sides of it that could cave in on us at any second.
Hmm.
You say walk through that, we will walk through that.
We will walk through it.
And we have to remember, there's like, it was estimated there's about a million Israelites at this time.
Mm,
So Moses and Aaron were leading about 1 million people,
my gosh.
and now they're trying. And also at the same time, um, this is where the pillar of fire by night
Oh
and the
yeah.
pillar of cloud by day was leading them. So they also had that as, a guide, and they could see that and be like, that's God, or that's his physical portrayal to us that that is God.
Hmm.
So they had that to kind of follow as well. But still, 1 million people going through this
Mm,
split Red Sea,
mm.
and then they get to the other side, and the Egyptians are on their heels. They're right there.
Oh yeah.
But scripture actually says that God kind of slowed them down so they wouldn't get there. And as soon as the Israelites get through, then
The sea comes back
then
together.
God says, Moses, hit the water again and let the water come crashing down. And he does, and the water comes crashing down, and all of the Egyptian
Yep.
army, everybody that was chasing them, was consumed by the
Mhm.
water
Yep.
and destroyed.
Yep.
So now where's your faith at?
Right.
As, one of the Hebrews that just walked through this water, and then you turn around and see it collapse on the Egyptian military. Like,
Oh, I can only
that
imagine.
I'd be thinking that could have been us.
Yeah.
But
And it wasn't because
you
I mean that's
people had the faith
exactly.
to follow Aaron and Moses,
Yeah.
who were following God.
Crazy. Crazy.
So
All right. You're out of time.
it's
So
fun.
we thank you for joining us. Please leave a comment on this video, or you can contact us at purefaithliving.com and send us a message there. As always, if you like what you hear, then we ask that you share the show with others, and we can all work together in spreading the good news of Jesus Christ. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you again next time.
Have a blessed day, everybody.